Microsoft also among the breached in 2022. So Microsoft's they're going open source. In some cases, like this one, a little more than they had intended. Um, so they got hacked by Lapsus. Lapsus breached a lot of people, and we'll actually get into kind of how they did some of these, or at least how people believe they did some of these. They dumped portions of like Bing and Bing Maps and the Cortana source code. Um, Lapsus says they were able to access Microsoft through breaching Okta. Microsoft kind of disagrees and says they got in through breaching an employee. Is not really sure. I'm not clear what like the actual reason is. Um, but Microsoft has said kind of the same thing they've said every time when their source code is like leaked or dumped or whatever they say. Oh, our security is not based on somebody not having our source code, so we're good. So there's that. But I thought it was funny that in the Lapsus like Telegram chat, they were like, we'd have got it all, but we were late tired. So yeah, I hope you old internet folks, you got this little joke here. So, but one of the things that Microsoft did come out with, they actually had this really long post about like, oh, this is what the attackers do, and this is how they breach people, and this and that and the other. And they had this like pretty long list of like how to use MFA good. It was like the MFA do's and don'ts. And I was like looking at this, and I was like, man, this is like really kind of long. like this is so like not only do I gotta have good passwords and like good all that, I gotta do all these things to like, or my MFA is not good. Like, man, that's still a lot. So is there anyone that Lapsus can't breach? Like they just seem to have breached everybody. I mean, what are your thoughts on this, guys?
Mhm.
I feel like it's such a dangerous lead because
Yeah.
you could so easily
Oh, it
spin
was
that into like,
intentionally spicy.
isn't everything vulnerable? Can't everything get hacked? Well, sort of, kind of, sure, maybe. We have a lot of really cool conversations about this with Hackett, a lot of our other free education and like some other shows that we do. When we brought in some community members and other industry folks and even vendors like Red Canary, Katie Nichols over there, in the session that she did with Kyle, that was featuring Lapsus and a kind of a, oh, hey, whose crimes did anyway sort of thing, uncovering the threat actor. Lapsus, who's really who we were shining the spotlight on. And Katie brought this gold gem where she said, you know what, APT just stands for advanced persistent teenager, and that you have these really stubborn and like determined threat actors that literally have like that grit and tenacity. Like you could keep hacking on it. You could breach something if you really kept on going. You didn't sleep. You got time. So sure, taking this to maybe a philosophical state that we didn't need to. Yeah, it can get hacked. It can get breached, but I don't know. Forgive me.